Hey guys, I don't usually cook fried food at home. It's just a lot of work, in my opinion. I rather have somebody do it for me in that sense. So if I want fried chicken, I usually just go up the hill to my local fried chicken place. There are a couple of Japanese fried food that I cook at home every once in a while. Today I'm cooking one of those. It's karaage. It's a Japanese style fried chicken. Quite tasty. There's nothing like it. It's also a very popular item at Izakaya, like when we drink beer and stuff in Japan. It's almost a must have. So I'm gonna show you how I cook karaage. Let's get started. There's a list of ingredients for today. We're making karaage with chicken breast. I tend to use chicken thigh meat more than chicken breast, but for fried chicken or karaage also, I like to use chicken breast. I'm gonna get the cutting done first. I'm just peeling the garlic that I'm going to grate into the brine. Then I'm going to slice the chicken breast. I like to cut chicken breast for fried chicken in a certain way. I like to first start from the narrow side, cut diagonally, thinly, about an inch, a half an inch thickness, and then start to gradually go straight down as the meat gets thicker. So the thickness of the cut is still about half an inch, and the pieces of the chicken are almost about the same size. I don't mind the fat and the skin, even for chicken breast for me, so I'm just gonna leave that one. That's gonna be a crunchy treat for me. And then the last piece I slice so that I can spread it out, and basically most of the meat pieces are about the same size. Now we're making the brine. It's going to be 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of white wine, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and here's what we call magic powder in our cooking world in Japan. It's MSG. I don't usually use it too much. I use it for karaage. And then you saw me put black pepper, and that's allspice. A little bit of spices like nutmeg, cumin, cinnamon, whatever comes to your hand adds a nice kick to it. Then I'm grating the clove of garlic and mixing that into the marinade, dissolving the sugar and mixing all the ingredients. Then I'm gonna dump the chicken breast pieces into the brine. I'm going to marinate this for 15 minutes. While I'm waiting for the chicken to get marinated, I'm going to prepare garnishment. In Japan, we always eat shredded cabbage with fried food. So I'm shredding cabbage and also just add a little dark green with parsley. I'm also going to prepare a bat of potato starch. You see my 4-pound bag of potato starch. That was the only one they had at the Korean grocery. Now the marination is complete. So we're going to take that chicken, drain the marinade, and coat every piece of chicken breast in potato starch in the batt. You want to make sure it's well coated. I'm going to fry this in a frying pan. Put oil in the pan about an inch deep. The whole entire chicken piece doesn't have to be covered in oil because we're going to flip after about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes of frying. Start heating up the oil at medium heat. What I'm doing there is gauging the temperature of the oil by sticking in a dry chopstick. I'm also going to use a thermometer for the video. Temperature of oil is about 330 Fahrenheit or 165 Celsius. Now the oil is ready. It's time to start frying the chicken. Oh, and the burner is set at medium heat. At first I'm only going to put about half of the chicken, in this case 4 pieces. If you crowd the pan, the temperature of oil drops too much and your chicken might end up being soggy. So you want to start a little on the light side and just feel the oil temperature. Just if it's getting too hot, you can add more chicken. Too hot too quickly, then you can add more chicken. Here I'm going to keep 4 pieces in until I flip these 4 pieces, and then I'm going to add the next 4 in and flip the chicken. Once the side that's facing down gets a dark brownish spot, it's ready to flip. That was about 4 minutes on one side. Now the 4 pieces that I put in first, they're about ready to be taken out of the oil. So I have a little rack with paper towel on top, and I'm going to let this cool on the paper towel for 2 to 3 minutes. The residual heat is going to keep cooking the chicken all the way through. Now the last 4 pieces are also ready. So we're gonna let these sit for 2 minutes and then put them on a plate. Of course, a little piece of lemon would be nice also, but I just don't have any lemon today, and it's snowing outside, so I'm not going to go get lemon. So I'm just gonna have to do it without it. You only marinated for 15 minutes, but that was 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, which is a pretty strong brine. So it has plenty of flavor. You can add a little salt on the side if you like. I always like a little mayonnaise, Japanese mayonnaise, and enjoy the food. Now here are keys to making good karaage. Number one, you want to slice the chicken thinly, especially when you're using chicken breast. It ensures that the chickens cook evenly when you're frying them, and also it doesn't toughen up the meat so much. You don't have to cook as long. Number two, add a little bit of spice to the brine. It adds a nice kick. I used allspice and black pepper. I always use black pepper, but the other spice, I just use whatever I grab. So sometimes it's cumin, sometimes it's nutmeg, sometimes it's cinnamon. I've added a lot, but it's never overwhelmed the flavor, so it just adds a nice kick. And number three, coat the marinated chicken with potato starch for a nice crunchy finish. Some recipes call for both potato starch and wheat flour, or sometimes only wheat flour. Potato starch by itself has nice crunchiness when you're eating it right away. However, if you're only using potato starch, as it sits, the crunchiness goes away. So if you're putting it in a bento or eating later, you might want to add wheat flour, make it half and half or so. Thanks for watching.